Welcome back to Mashup.
Next, we'll be taking a look at the topic of panic attacks, a problem that affects many but is rarely examined.
Panic attacks are extremely common, but many people do not know what they are, even if they are experiencing them. So today, we went to Headspace headquarters to talk to clinical psychologist Adrienne Brown and learn about panic attacks.
So when we try to understand panic attacks, it's important to understand a little bit about anxiety. So anxiety is normal. We all experience it, sometimes to greater or lesser extents, and actually it is essential for our survival.
Anxiety is important because when we are in situations of stress, chemicals like adrenaline need to be released into our brain.
So what happens when we are faced with a physical danger? Our autonomic nervous system releases chemicals into our brain, such as adrenaline, and also creates physical changes in our body, such as an increased rate of breathing.
This prepares us for flight or fight response.
So essentially what that is when faced with a physical danger, fight would be to be fighting with the aggressor or the threat. Flight would be to run away. What happens in today's society though is often we're not faced with a physical threat. Yet our body still prepares ourselves for this fight and flight response. So in the absence of a physical threat, this often happens when we're experiencing extreme stress. It can also happen when we're experiencing, say, recovering from an illness, and also other situations like physical exertion. So when our body is preparing us for this fight or flight response, our body increases the rate of breathing. Often what happens is that our breathing moves from lower down in our diaphragm to up in our chest. And what happens when we breathe at a shallow rate, so breathe quickly, is it actually disrupts the amount of carbon dioxide and oxygen in our blood. And a reduction of carbon dioxide caused by shallow breathing is what actually produces panic symptoms.
Symptoms include increased breathing, racing heart, dizziness, faintness, trembling, and often feeling scared of going crazy, dying, or having a heart attack.
When a panic attack starts coming on, if we can think about what causes a panic attack, it's that increased rate of breathing. So that guides us into knowing what we can do. And what that is focusing on the breath and slowing down the rate of breathing. Because panic attacks are so common and anxiety in general is so common, as I said, we all experience it. It's a normal response to stress. However, sometimes it becomes too difficult to handle. There are some really successful, effective, evidence-based treatments available.
If you think you're experiencing panic attacks, you can seek help by contacting these organisations.
Hey Josh, do you like flowers?
I love flowers.
What's your favourite?
I like many. Daffodils, wattle, daffodils. But my favourite would be roses.
Roses. Why is that?
Well, they're beautiful to look at, they smell lovely, and they have historical significance.
Very symbolic.
Yep, and if you were on a deserted island, you could eat them.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, that's how I survived. That and pizza.
G'day, my name's Michael. I'm a rose farmer at Bloom and Cooman. On the farm we've got 21 varieties, over a hectare of glasshouse. It's owned by Case Cooman, I'm the manager and seller. In this farm we've got about 68,000 plants, and on an average week during summer we'd hope to bunch about 5,500 to 6,000 bunches per week. So we size roses according to whether their thickness, the size of their head, whether they're damaged and whatnot, but we aim to do most of the work out here to make it easier in there. There's a range of jobs. First and foremost there's picking, after that becomes bunching, and then there's other jobs, spraying and maintaining the roses, selling obviously, deliveries. The process of picking the roses is the most important process we've got on the farm because you're trying to maintain your crop. So, because one crop will last for 5 years, so that's the most important job is picking. Being in a glass house is a controlled environment, so we face many obstacles. One's the weather, others water. It's all automated, so I'll set all the settings on the computer, whether it be light intensity, drainage. Throughout Valentine's Day, it's our busiest period, so on a lead up from Christmas, we get ready for Valentine's Day, so all these roses you see behind you, they'll be down flat at Christmas time, and then so they'll be coming in flush around Valentine's Day. At Valentine's Day, we'll pick around about 180,000 to 200,000 stems, which is about 18,000 to 20,000 bunches of roses during that period of time. Wedding season's all year, but most of all it's during September. When you're coming out into spring, there's a period of weddings after Valentine's Day. The passion, I feel good. I would like myself being in everyone's room. And there's a lot of passion.
A rose by any other name would smell...
Probably a lot better than this plastic flower. Anyway, coming up after the break, there'll be a short video from the St. Helena Media students.
And some music.
See you soon.
Coming up after the break, we have a new entry in our schools competition
Plus a fantastic musical act.
on their show.